You know, Vas, if you know me, you know that I have very strong opinions on Malaysian tourism, mostly because I think we're massively bad at it, despite the fact that we've got so much potential. And you know, the numbers have been sort of proving me right. But now we have a brand new team in place, which you wrote about, brand new initiatives. And the interesting thing about them, they're doing it with less budget than previous years. So what have the new team actually been putting in for tourism?
Okay, let me put it this way. I've been covering tourism for quite some time.
Right.
One of the things I've noticed is the number of emails I get every day from Tourism Malaysia is astounding. They are doing one event after another ahead of VMY 2020 and continuously this year.
Right.
And they seem to be putting all the right ingredients with the lesser budget, as you had said, right? One of the things I think is because social media. Social media has taken advertising to a different level altogether.
That's true. Us as media understand that actually, yeah.
Yeah. Dato' Musa, the Director General of Tourism Malaysia, who is very forthcoming and very approachable, was explaining how people don't even go to the Tourism Malaysia website. It was all about going to TripAdvisor and getting, ideas of where to go and visit, what to do. It's all about social media, and that is where they plan to put the money in as well to promote. With the exception of Japan, apparently they read more paper there. So he said,
makes sense. Yeah.
The other thing they did was to extend the visa flexibility for the Indian and China tourists. It was already available last year, but they made it they've extended it to this year, as well as the fact that they've increased the number of days that you can stay, and there's usually a gap. They've increased that so you can come back into the country. And what I was also very impressed about is the visa on arrival. They have made it very easy for people to come in from so many different locations, 6 additional locations. One of the things that Dato' Musa pointed out was the number of Chinese nationals in Brunei who couldn't just come into Malaysia over the weekend. They had to fly out. Now they can do it over land because of the multiple
visa entries. So having the gates be more open is a good thing, but I think it's pointless if you don't have your feeder pipes, which is your airlines. They are welcoming more airlines, which I didn't even realize about.
Yes, I was also equally surprised about the number of airlines that were coming. Last year we had at least 3, I think, Indigo, and they're very reasonably priced from what I can see, and Air Arabia, and there was one more, Shenzhen, I believe, at the end of last year. And this year we are expecting another 4 airlines to come in. So that is really a good feed, because we haven't seen these airlines before at all, except for Gulf Air, which is making a comeback. That should bring in more people from the Middle East as well.
The interesting thing you mentioned about numbers is because I've always had the view that the previous administration had some frankly ridiculous tourist targets. They were huge numbers that they were not even, it's not as if you missed it by 1 million or 2 million. You were missing it by 15 million. It was ridiculous. And every year that they missed, all they did was they kept upping the numbers, which is kind of nuts. But the new guys, are their targets at least more realistic?
Yes, definitely. Actually, the targets were all made during the NKEA. They said their final goal was this year, 2020, which was to have 36 million and over 160 billion in revenue.
Yeah.
But as the years went by and we kept missing the target, I'm not sure. I repeatedly asked them, why are they not revising it downwards? But they just wanted to aim high. They said if we aim high, we might reach a higher number. I'm very happy when once the new government came in, they stepped in and did make revised adjustment and brought down to more realistic numbers. At least now they're hitting about 95% of that.
But the final thing, and this was part of your article, which I found very interesting, was, and this is my remnant childhood, right? There is no more mega sale carnival.
Yes, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it is, because I had forgotten it kind of existed as a concept, that there was a mega sale carnival, but you used to see the banners everywhere, you used to see everything. Now it's official. It's dead. There is no mega sale carnival. But that doesn't mean there's no more sales. Though.
Yes, I remember during Tan Sri Abdul Qadir Sheikh Fazil's time, when he was the tourism minister, he said we shouldn't just have one mega sale, we should have it 3 times a year. So if we have it 3 times a year, only then we'll be able to play catch up with Dubai, Hong Kong and Singapore to become a shopping paradise. That was the goal. And we kept having a 3 times a year sale, and that kept changing. We used to have a Formula One sale, used to have something called the Yes sale, then we used to have the mid-year sale. It came in many different forms. I've noticed that the past 1 year I hardly hear anything about a mega sale carnival. So then I reached out to the shopping industry complex association, and I asked them, and Dato' Tan Sri Teo Chiang Kok said that they have decided with the Ministry of Domestic Trade to no longer have a mega sale carnival, because they want to be able to have a sale whenever they feel it is necessary and when it suits them. To them, their justification is, if instead of having very specific months of sale, you might as well have it throughout the year and nationwide. That way you still get people to come and shop.
For more on the stories, pick up a copy of The Edge Weekly at all good newsstands.